Hello, everyone. This is Cause and Effect, the show for serious conversations with not so serious people.
Yep.
Here with Brennan and Chase.
That's right.
We're gonna do a little short for you guys.
Back again.
Yeah.
To talk about body positivity.
Yep.
All the positives and potential negatives of it.
Yep. As with everything in moderation. And I don't see body positivity as an exception to that rule.
Yeah.
For a multitude of reasons that we will discuss in a moment.
Yes. I'm sure people are already intrigued to hear what we have to say because this can get probably offensive, but it's not meant to be taken that way. You know, we want people to be happy in their own skin and feel good about themselves on a daily basis. But there are times when it can potentially go too far.
Yeah.
There are times when you probably, I don't want to say shouldn't feel good about yourself, but if you're really unhealthy and you're just looking for validation from other people to make you feel good, then to me, that's not the sort of positivity you should be looking for yourself.
And before I forget about this, take a moment to like and subscribe.
Yes.
And I know we started to jump into it, but I wanted to make sure I said that closer to the beginning of the video rather than at the end.
Yes.
But as Brennan was saying, some things can go too far and it can start to potentially promote some unhealthy lifestyles rather than promoting just being happy with your body, which we both think in that respect that body positivity is a good thing. There's a certain point where you should hold yourself accountable for the way that your body looks. And I realize that everyone has different body types, and if everybody ate the same diet, of course we would all still have different body types. But with that being said,
yes,
if everybody ate a healthy diet and exercised even 2 to 3 times a week, type 2 diabetes pretty much wouldn't exist.
Especially in children. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean when we talk about body positivity or, you know, it can be a good thing. It's not that everyone has to have a 6-pack or be like the most athletic people ever. Like Chase said, everyone's going to have different bodies, but it's about being consciously aware of your health. You can actually be a huge meathead and be strong and buff and you're still not healthy. It kind of goes both ways. Take pride in yourself, and not only in the way that you look, but just the things that you're putting inside of you that make you feel the way you do. When you're treating your body the right way, you're going to have enhanced cognition, just better memory, you're going to sleep better, you're going to be probably more positive on a daily basis. And that's what people should be promoting rather than just the way that you look. And I don't even think people are promoting it the right way because all they're saying is, hey, I don't feel good, but if everyone online gives me a like or a thumbs up, then I'll feel good about myself today.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the way you need to go about validating your motives here.
And unfortunately, society cares, in my opinion, a little too much about the way people look. I don't like the Hollywood stereotypes any more than the normal person does.
Yeah, it's unrealistic, really.
It is. I mean, and it takes a lot to get to some of those levels, and you can see almost immediately when a Hollywood star goes up to some sort of role. Let's just say Chris Hemsworth as Thor, for example.
Yeah.
He got really buff for that, and you know that he didn't just retain exactly what he built himself up to. And there's no way he's alone in that. Even Ben Stiller got ripped for Meet the Parent. He probably didn't hold on to that after he was done with it. And I think it's just it's more of a commentary on what people prefer to look at rather than what Hollywood thinks is the right body type.
Yeah, and I think if you're taking the right steps to actually take care of your body and your mentality and all that good stuff, you won't have to look out and really care about what anyone says because you know you're doing what's best for you. You can feel it on the inside. You can wake up in the morning and be proud about what you look like, proud about how you feel and the steps you've taken to get to where you are. And you don't have to ask people what they think, and you don't have to get any sort of validation. You don't even, again, have to be ripped or have the best body in the world, but it's about just feeling good in your own skin. And I have to say, a lot of these people that, I'm not picking on Lizzo, but she's just someone that pops in my head. You know, everybody's like, you know, do you, queen, look your best. Like, you're okay to be thick, you know, show it off. And now apparently she's coming out to saying, hey, you know, I feel unhealthy, I need to change. And she's coming out to actually work out and feel healthier on herself. And I think that's the biggest thing about it is, yeah, you should feel good, but be realistic with yourself and realize that it's not about how many likes or whatever you get on the internet. It's about how you truly feel about yourself. And I think the rest of the problems will take care of themselves.
Pretty much my angle on this is it's not the fact that you're we're focusing on obesity here for I mean, and this works for for anorexia and
Yeah, it goes every way.
Yeah, and if your skin is gray from smoking too much, like that kind of stuff.
Ingesting pounds of beef every day.
Yes, beautiful. It's not the obesity directly that I'm attacking. It's the lifestyle that can lead to that. And no one is naturally super fat. That's not true at all.
Yeah.
You can blame thyroid issues or whatever it is that you want to blame, but almost I'm going out on a limb here and I'm not an expert, but probably 90 at least % of the cases, it's your fault that you're gigantic. You can't put the blame outwards. And really what I'm trying to say is that the obesity that you're experiencing or the unhealthy body that you have is an outward expression of bad habits, of bad health habits. And that's the bad health habits is the main thing that I'm concerned with here.
Yeah, exactly. Just take a moment to actually look at your body and figure out what it actually wants and start making those steps to just live a healthier lifestyle. And again, you won't have to look for any sort of validation from anyone, whether you're too skinny or too fat or too this or that. It won't matter. You know that you've done the best you can do. You feel the best you can and you're able to push forward. But when we have this sort of idea of no matter what you look like, you should just be happy with it. Well, that's probably not the best way because most people are going to probably overconsume, especially in America. We're very prone to overconsuming anything we possibly can. And it's going to get you in this mindset of, again, I don't have to listen to myself because everyone else is telling me it's fine. So I'm just good with that and I'll leave it as that. And then you end up down the road where so many people have diabetes nowadays, and it's not just fat people. I mean, you see even thin people taking, their insulin shots and stuff like that because it's not about just obesity. It's about the inside of your body and the state of your healthiness.
I skipped very quickly over it earlier, but one thing that people really like to blame is their thyroid. Mm-hmm. And I did a little bit of research on this the other day, and it wasn't very much research for me to find out that really it's the inverse of what people generally think the relationship of the thyroid and obesity is.
Right.
Really, being obese and having an unhealthy lifestyle results in an unhealthy or unbalanced thyroid and not the other way around. And this is coming from the National Institute of Health. Most of what I found was that even in obese children, people will suggest some sort of treatment for them, but the National Institute of Health essentially said that they don't think that it requires treatment because after they begin an exercise regimen, change their lifestyle, and then start to actually become healthier, then their thyroid issues start to go away. And so it's not your thyroid doing it.
Right.
It's so easy to, there are those, I'm not saying there's not.
Right.
But the amount of people that have a thyroid issue that they cannot help that leads to obesity is slim. And it's really easy to just use that to take the blame off of yourself.
It's not something you should lean on. And it's the same old thing with like, well, I'm just big boned or everyone in my family is obese and all these kind of excuses. And I get it. And some people really are more sensitive to calories than other. I totally get it. I can see it within my own, friend and family group. So I'm not denying that at all. And back to, where we started, it's not about being this perfect model figure that people think that they should be. That's not what it's about. It's being happy, but also healthy in your own skin. And I think with the healthiness comes the happiness, and you don't have to worry about it from anywhere else.
That's right. And I can speak from experience too. I've never had an issue with obesity.
Yes.
Like when I was in 6th grade,
you're just fat on the inside.
Yeah, right. I have a very high metabolism, which I'm blessed with. But even I've changed my diet radically recently and started working out a lot. Mm-hmm. And so I eat plant-based. That's pretty much all I do. There are slip-ups that I've had, like I've had fish a couple times, that kind of stuff. But I pretty much stopped eating cream and cheese because they're not good for you. That alongside my exercise regimen has really, really helped me feel and look better than I ever have in my entire life. And it really boils down to diet. People don't really give diet enough credit for achieving the body that you want or achieving the wellness that you want, because you can't just go work out and then still eat whatever you want and feel good. It doesn't work that way.
And diet has such a negative connotation behind it. And that's one of those things where, I mean, you hear people, of course, all over the internet saying, you know, if you change now, you'll feel so much better. And people can sit here and preach it all day, but until you kind of just take the steps and experience it on your own, it's not like you have to go out and make a whole different lifestyle change. You just have to start making tiny little steps towards the things that you want and things that are healthier for you. And then again, the happiness and the way you want your body to look will just follow. If you think about it mentally, have an idea of what you want for your diet and for your lifestyle, and it's actually healthy and beneficial for you and coming from the inside, then I think that will express outwardly, and that's really all you have to do from there.
So just be less vain.
Yeah.
And look to yourself for validation rather than outside. And I'm not giving anybody the excuse to fat shame or slut shame or whatever it is. That shouldn't be a thing.
No, definitely not.
But if you're unhappy with the body that you have, make a change.